What's up, everybody? I am Mongoose. You are awesome, and these are the answers to your questions. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through, answer some of your questions, then shave some of this shit off my face, come back, answer some more questions, and after that, I want to talk about the selection process for Casting Call, and then a new series which I think will be wildly unpopular, but I'm going to do it anyways because I think it's interesting, and I just want to do it, and that's kind of what I do on my channel. I just automatically do whatever idea pops into my head. If you can see the insane variety of stuff that I do on the channel. But for now, let's get into the questions. Probably the most popular question was, who's my favorite hero, my favorite role, and why? Favorite hero, even though I took a big old cosmic rift on him in my honest hero overview, is Richter. I absolutely love Richter. I love his kit, even though it does need to be buffed or some changes, reworked. I don't know. His kit needs something. It needs some love. But I do love Richter. I love getting into the off lane. As far as the positions go, I love to support. That's kind of my main thing that I do, and I like to support with Richter. I like to get in there and make the offlaner absolutely scared to even come from behind his tower, not from under his tower. If I'm playing Richter in the offlane, that offlaner is too scared to get from behind his tower. Some of my subs can confirm that from some of the sub games that I've played. Another question was, who's my least favorite hero and why? Least favorite hero is probably Greystone. I think his kit is a bit bland. There is a lot of skill. People will say that he doesn't require skill. There is some skill to play Greystone. You can definitely tell when you're facing a good Greystone versus a bad Greystone. There are some subtle nuances that you need to pick up. However, I have no interest in playing Greystone. Sorry if you're a Greystone fan. So I'm going to go shave a little bit of this off, and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I'm rocking what I call the Joe Dirt. Oddly enough, my hair used to just grow in naturally like that. I am originally from West Virginia, so yeah, I got redneck in my blood. So next question, what is your day job? Or what was it that you had to quit for YouTube? And also, where do you live? Some cabin in the middle of the woods, which cracked me up, because it does seem like that whenever I record the videos, right? There's a nature preserve behind my house, and there's a tree with a nice little crook in it that's perfect for my phone to record these videos. So that's why there's all the woods in behind the house. I do not live in the middle of a cabin in the middle of the woods. But day job, I kind of live off of GI Bill money from the military right now. And yeah, I think that answers that question. Next question, who's your favorite Paragon hero? Which couple would you rather have as parents? Spider-Man and Elsa, or Jake Paul and Erica Costel? I had no fucking clue who... Well, I knew who Spider-Man and Elsa were. I didn't know it was like a fucking YouTube thing. But given the choices, Spider-Man and Elsa? Maybe? I don't know. Favorite role to play? I already covered that. Honest hero overview, more please. Okay. Did I get all the ones from... what led you to Paragon, and what's your favorite thing about it? What led me to Paragon, I was actually looking for a new MOBA to play, and there's another YouTuber named Ruicon, who I used to watch, and he played Paragon. Unfortunately, he was terrible at Paragon, so once I started playing, I realized that he was still very entertaining to watch, and I continue to watch him to this day. But I do not follow his advice anymore, which was terrible. But yeah, that's what got me into Paragon. And the favorite thing about it is just so unique. I mean, there is Smite out there, but you know, fuck Smite. Smite is terrible compared to Paragon. I don't know why anyone would ever play Smite. But other than that one other game, it's such an incredibly unique and fun experience. I just really love Paragon. Let's answer another question here. Ooh, what do you expect from the card rework in Paragon, and what would you like to see, and what would you dislike? What I expect, what I'm seeing the trend in, is they seem to be removing affinities from cards, and that's actually what I would dislike. I like the affinities. I like having different heroes with, you know, different choices and having to make the hard choices whenever you're building a deck. I think that's part of what makes Paragon fun. But yeah, that's kind of what I expect from the card rework. Is just, I think they're just going to completely dump affinities. So what I'm hoping for is more active and passive uniques that are able to have a bigger impact on your gameplay than just boosting your stats. Stuff like Tainted Magic, Stinger Boost. Everybody knows I love Stinger Boost, but that's what I would like to see. So let me go shave some more of this shit off. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I've got goatee, which I've grown goatees before often throughout my life. I do not grow one normally because my girlfriend hates it. She says that it makes my normal fun sarcasm come off as just being an asshole. So gotta keep that goatee off. All right, is that a green screen? What's a Mongoose's favorite color? Blue. If you could do a backflip, how often would you do it? I would only travel by backflip, like everywhere I went. I wouldn't even use a car. I would just backflip everywhere. From a 17-year-old to an adult, is Santa real? Yes. Is that a green screen? No. I guess you're talking about, again, that's a nature preserve in the backyard. That is absolutely beautiful, and a lot of wild edibles. That's kind of one of my hobbies. I like to gather wild edibles like mushrooms and edible plants and stuff like that. That kudzu is actually edible if you cook it right. What is your favorite food? Right now, it is a chicken pesto lasagna that I make. Fucking really good. Secrets for that one is for the pesto, instead of using pine nuts, which is traditional, I use toasted sesame nuts, or sesame seeds, I should say. And then I make my own pasta too. Like, I make my own noodles, which that's the only way to go if you're going to make a homemade lasagna like that. On which heroes do you have mastery? I have master Faye, Crunch, Richter, Decker, Twin Blast, and Murdoch. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Working very close on Sparrow and Shinbi. I'm not the best carry. I think that was one of the questions. I think I might have skipped over it. Was what's my least favorite position? It's carry. I used to be an outstanding carry, but since I started casting call, my technical skills have gone down the shitter. Like, my game awareness is through the roof, but I hardly ever play anymore. I play maybe 1 or 2 games a night at most. That's sometimes, and yeah, my execution skills are not there anymore. What's your elo in Paragon? I think right now my main account is still low plat. It's been constantly declining though. As I said, I've gotten worse at the game since I started this series. Which hero needs a rework the most? Iggy, Shinbi, or Richter? I would say definitely Iggy, because Shinbi kind of has her place as an assassin that can also poke. Richter, I think, is a good support in the right hands. Iggy, however, just he's a beast early game. It's just his late game is just terrible, and them changing the pips to health did not help at all. They just made his early game stronger and his late game weaker. So that wasn't the fix that he needed. But he is getting that rework soon, so that's going to be pretty cool for you Iggy fans. I like Iggy and Scorch. I mean, I have nothing against Iggy and Scorch, but not one of my most played heroes. I do root for the little guy though. Was it difficult to gain subs at the beginning? I still consider this the beginning, and yes, it is. It's extremely difficult. If you're looking for advice on how to get more subs, if you have a channel that you're trying to do, the biggest thing I would say is try and find something unique. Like, every asshole's out there playing the game and then just, you know, putting footage of them playing the game out in a video, right? Do something like Sylphin has his math thing. That's like Sylphin's niche. The thing that I guess I'm trying to carve out is Casting Call, which is, you know, a community-based program where I display other people's games instead of my own games, and I kind of do it in a funny, highlighty sort of way. So yeah, that's the thing I would say, is try and find something unique that you can do if you're having trouble getting subs, and of course interact with your subs as much as you can. Congrats on 1K, and of course some replay submissions. That was the question. What role do you hate to play in Paragon? What is your least favorite hero? All right, answer that. And why did you start the series Casting Call? And what hero do you think still needs a buff or nerf? I think Iggy still needs a buff or nerf. No, he doesn't need a nerf. He just needs a buff. I don't think any of them really need nerfs anymore. Maybe FaZe, because her nerfs really didn't do anything to control what's going on with her. I don't think FaZe is that hard to counter, but for new players, it's extremely hard to counter phase, and I think that's a problem. Um, what was the other part of that? Why did you start the series, Casting Call? Okay, Casting Call actually started when I used to be one of these people that like in Reddit when like people would be like, how do I get out of silver? I'll be like, well, get good, scrub. But then I created a Smurf account to practice some of the heroes that I hadn't played a lot. I wanted to do so in a more forgiving environment. And I discovered that there are some truly good players in Silver Elo that are just kind of stuck there because they don't get to play all the time. And when they do play, they get stuck with either crazy turd teammates or people leave all the time. And that's how Casting Call started, as I wanted to display out that there are good people out there in Silver Elo that know how to play the game. They're just kind of trapped. Since then, it has progressed into more of just a celebration of all Elos, of just different players, and I really, really like the series because it's become something that's just like very community based and fun and entertaining for everybody. So let me shave some more of this shit off. We'll come back and answer some more questions. The old handlebar mustache. When your Rebel Flag Monster Truck t-shirt, I still got some shaving cream in there. When your Rebel Flag Monster Truck t-shirt just ain't getting the point across, is it? I kind of like this fucking thing. I'm going to keep it. I feel like Abraham from The Walking Dead. Suck my nuts. All right. Next question. Oh. Okay. No and ew. Gross. You know what the question is. God damn. All right. What state do you live in? Judging by what looks like excessive kudzu in the background, it has to be the South. Good eye. Good eye. I like that. I do live in the South, kind of. I live in North Carolina, which is, it's north of South Carolina, but it's still the South. And okay, yep, that's it for that one. And why you play Paragon and what made you do YouTube? Well, I think I already answered the why I play Paragon, but what made me do YouTube is I'm kind of creative. Like, I feel that I'm creative. However, like, I'm not artistic. Like, I can't draw or anything like that. I can write decently well, but YouTube just kind of gave me a creative outlet to kind of express what I want to do and share. So yeah, that's why I do YouTube. And that is actually it for all the questions. Awesome. So let me go shave the rest of this crap off, and I'll be right back, and we'll talk about the selection process for Casting Call and the new series that I'm going to do. All right, I'm completely free of facial hair, finally. Oh, it feels so good. I need to shave again, though, for real. That was a lot of hair to take off. Whew. But yeah, so let's talk about the selection process for Casting Call. Of course, you know that patron perks come first, and then anyone who hasn't been cast. And, all that aside, let's talk. When I go through looking for a video to cast, I try and include variety. I try and include heroes that haven't been like the center focus or the feature of an episode, and I try and pick around to different elos. So, if I don't cast your video, it's not because it was a bad game or a bad video. It's just because I get like 4 or 5 Casting Call replay submissions a day, and I can only do one a day, so it's mathematically impossible for me to cast all of them. I really wish I could, but I can't. So that's the selection process I do. So I mean, if you want to increase the chances that you're going to get cast, try and check out the channel. Try and use some different heroes that don't always get cast. About 60% of my submissions are probably split between Phase and Chimera. So if you got a great Phase game or a great Chimera game, but then you also have like a pretty good Grux game, I would probably cast the pretty good Grux game over the great Chimera game. That's just kind of how I work it and how I do it. So as far as the new series that I want to do, I don't expect this series to be popular at all. A lot of people don't like fan lore, and it's going to be a fan lore based series. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let people submit different fan lore stories that they made up to me. Then I'll read them while playing some some B-roll hero footage in the background, and of course credit the person who wrote the story, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun for me, but I really don't think it's going to get a lot of views. But I'm going to do it anyway. But if that's something that you are interested in, if you are a fan lore person, or if you like to write fan lore, send it to me. Preferably in like a Google document, and don't send me a fucking novel. Like, I'm not going to sit there and read like 8 pages of shit that you wrote. Keep it to where I can read it in under like maybe 3 to 5 minutes or something like that. Don't send me some crazy shit. But send me some crazy shit, just not crazy long shit is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I think that's it for my 1,000 sub Q&A. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and believing in my channel, and for allowing me to finally shave that furry monster off of my face. So for now, this is Mongoose signing off. You guys have a good one.